What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Shouty Parker back in the building for another episode of Just My Damn Opinion. You know they like assholes. Everybody got one, and your boy got one too. I'm in the building again today, man. Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. I got my partner in here, man. He on another show with me. Respect the head. Just check us out when you can. My boy Cool Cal. What's happening, man?
Man, what's up, man, to the people, man? Appreciate you having me back in and inviting me back into your home on Wednesday. And, I'm ready to do it, man.
Yeah, man, we just gonna chop it up, man. We're gonna kind of bounce around a little bit, man. We ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We try to be on by the hour or so, but we just gonna bounce around tonight and just kind of see where the flow take us, man. There's so much going on. NBA finals right now, man. And before we get into the NBA finals, man, I'm gonna put this up for everybody in the comments and YouTube. Cat, I don't know if you had a chance to see it. I'm just gonna put it up there. You check it out for a little while. Uh,
Let
but
me
speak.
say this. Let me say this.
Hey,
Let me say this. I did check it out, and I want to say this shit got a lot of flaws to it. If we're picking the best players, some of these guys are laughable. I'm looking at Austin Reed, but you ain't got no Trey Young on there. You ain't got no Halliburton, no Brunson. Maybe unless I'm missing it.
I don't know
Because
if
I
it
know
was.
all the
I don't
brothers
think
kind of look alike, you know what I'm saying? And so they kind of blended. Maybe I'm missing some of them guys on there.
But I don't know if it's necessarily about the best players in the league. Some of them are, but I think it was just kind of
Okay.
like, you buy
Okay.
the grocery with what you got. You know what I'm saying?
I was just, okay, I got you. I was just, because when I was looking at Austin Reed, I was just thinking more like a quarter, more like a
I, I
quarter,
don't even think Jalen Brown should be in the $2 category. We speaking on that. I think he should be higher.
I'm good with that.
I mean, I
Yeah,
swap
I'm
him with
just,
Jimmy Butler.
it's crazy. You got the MVP of the league. He have a $4 category. I mean, what we doing on here, man? What we doing? What we
Hey,
doing?
hey. That's what I'm saying. It's a few flag. I don't think Booker in the $3 slot, Jimmy Butler $3 slot.
Especially
I,
with that hair. Especially with
yeah,
that hair, man. You don't go there like that, man. You gotta go way back. I can't
yeah,
even take you seriously with that. I'm not spending I ain't spending $3 on that.
yeah. It definitely some shifting I would do, but I just
For
took it
sure.
as you know what I'm saying, just shopping with the money I got with the players I got available. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. You made this up.
Oh no, I saw it earlier day. It
Oh,
came
okay.
came across my little feed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
I thought it was interesting. I always like little stuff like this here.
I totally do too. I got you. I like it. I made a team out of it. There's no question about it. But it was just when I first looked, and I was just kind of like, damn. I was like, damn, Zion. I mean, the man that played about 10 games in 6 years. I mean, like, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, you're
What are we
right.
doing?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Nah, I'm with you.
It's it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's fun though. It's cool. I got a nice little squad.
It just something to talk. So I went, if I remember it, I didn't put it in the chat because it got away from me. I think I went kind of like I spend money in real life. I went very cheap. I think I went, if I remember, I think I went $4 LeBron, $4 KD, $4 MB, and then I went with like uh Jalen Brown and what's my boy from Sacramento?
Sabonis.
Mm-mm. The first one over here. I can't think of the name of the guard.
Oh,
Fox. Aaron Fox.
Fox.
Yeah.
But he in San Antonio now.
Yep. Yeah, I'm in the San
Yeah,
Antonio. They're right.
yeah,
San Antonio.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of just off the top of the head. I kind of went like that. Went through it real fast.
Okay, I got you. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, off top, I just went with the Joker, and then I came back and got Shea with the four. I came back to Steph with the three, and then get Jalen Brown and scoop up Sabonis. Man, I'm good to go.
That what you spent your 15 on. That's pretty good. I
Yeah, I
like that.
spent my 15 on right there.
You got two MVPs in there from the previous years. I like that. Big. You got a
Yeah.
wing score. So they actually got two big. Sabonis pretty big too. I guess he'll play your four spot.
Both big, skilled guys,
Mm-hmm.
pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like unselfish. Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah. Cool.
Okay. I don't know. I might got a little bit more shooting than you, but you might got a little bit more girth. But all my players
Yeah,
long.
I got guys that's gonna go out there and win and control the game. I
Okay.
got guys that you know what I'm saying. You got guys that's gonna go out there and just play. You know what I'm saying. LeBron is 90 years old.
Okay.
KD is
90,
88.
88. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
Because we
with you.
talking about today. We
Fair
talking
enough.
about today right now.
Fair enough.
Now. So that's the problem with your team. Your team got too many dinosaurs.
Yeah, yeah. Even Embiid stay broke up. So if you look at it like that, I'm looking at it from a prime, but we are talking about today. But yeah, I just kind of like I said, I just kind of went through it fast. Okay, all right, no big deal. All right, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 'Cause I mean, if it's
Look,
prime, I mean, I'm taking everybody taking LeBron.
look, man. Let me ask you this right here. So we kind of
Mhm.
talking about basketball. Now I don't, I'm not the biggest historian. I've been around. I've been watching New York basketball because I was a big, uh, Patrick Ewing fan. I love Patrick Ewing and what my boy, the physical guy they had. I can't even think of their name, but
Oakley,
Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, and
Oakley,
my other boy
yeah,
with the M Mason. Mason.
Mason, yeah, okay.
So I've been a big fan of them. But anyway, bro, tell me why they fired Tibbs, man. Tibbs. Do you know he got fired?
Uh, I did hear that earlier today. Was that
Now,
today or yesterday?
now,
Uh,
don't correct me if I'm wrong. This the farthest the Knicks, the best the Knicks done been in the past 20 years. And the man just on his fourth or
20,
fifth year.
yeah, 25 years.
And it seemed like they
So
got better every year.
they did. Man, everything you said is correct. So I say this, like I've loved basketball. I don't want to call, I guess, call myself a historian, but I know some basketball pretty well, old basketball, Knicks. But the thing that's going on with the Knicks right now is I just think that they got people in place that don't know what they're doing. I mean, bottom line.
You
I
mean
mean,
like
the
you mean
guy
they
just,
top up, they like at the
yeah,
top?
at the top up as far as because I think obviously Tibbs, he has some flaws as a coach, but I think that they were small in comparison to the big picture and what he did for the team. So I think that they just had people that didn't know what they're doing. I mean, why not let the guy come back next year? So you know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can kind of get to the finals next year, or at least get back to this point before we make that decision. Because next year in the East, Jason Tatum's out, so Boston is not going to be quite as good next year. Obviously, you got Indiana to deal with. You got some up and coming young teams in the East, but as far as the East is there for the Knicks. If there's a little tweak, maybe here and there, maybe they get a guy that helps them get over the hump. This move to me, it just didn't make any sense.
I heard it like everybody else. I heard they want Giannis. They trying to let Cat get on up out there to get Giannis.
Well, who the hell wouldn't do that?
Right,
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you can get Giannis, we're talking about one of the top two, three players in the entire league.
right.
You're gonna do anything you can to make that move happen. Um, and obviously, that's a move that would get you over the top.
See,
That's the type of move if you don't have to blow up too much of the other components of the team that you have. If you put Giannis in there, you're talking about a totally different ball game,
right.
not only from an offensive perspective, but from a defensive perspective, which is Big Cat's big liability, is the guy sucks on defense. He sucks.
Okay,
So,
true. I mean, fair, fair, fair. At
you
times,
know,
sure, he play when he want to play.
listen,
But
man.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
No, I mean look, Cat's a good player. I like Cat. But we just talking about a different level, different caliber of player. If you were able to replace him with, that's a move you make 10 out of 10 times.
One of the names, it was two names. I can't think of the other guy right now, but one of the names I heard was they're gonna replace Tibbs was uh old boy from Houston, the one who yeah, you know, Boston fired. Is it Ndoku? You remember he was Boston head coach
Oh,
when
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Email,
email, yeah.
email.
They they going after two coaches. Another one is already hired somewhere too, and they like both franchises would probably not let them interview them. But it was him and somebody else. That ain't skipping my mind right now.
I'll be honest with you. Why the hell would you want to go there as a coach? Like, I
New
understand
York. I
this
mean,
is
it's the
this is
Garden.
it's the garden, it's the reputation of the garden. But at the end of the day, these are facts, man. The Knicks ain't won a championship since we've been born. Uh, all we hear about is the old times. It's I
So
don't
it
know.
owns
I think it's just a
ownership.
bunch of hype. It's like the Cowboys. It's like it's
Whoa,
a
whoa,
bunch of
whoa,
hype.
whoa! Won't be
You
no
know what I'm
Cowboys.
saying? And I know you understand that.
No, 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 no. Where's the mute button? I can't find it when I need it. Hold on, man. I get
But
what you're saying.
but
Big franchise, but you're saying from the top up, it's in turmoil. Why you? But at the same time, to be honest, like you know, if you want to be relevant, I mean, it comes with a lot of responsibility. But if you can do what Tibbs is doing, I mean, I think that's awesome. I just think they don't want Tibbs. I don't. They don't like Tibbs. It had got him and the owner, like
oh,
management, may have fell out or something.
New York been blowing coaches out. Like New York
But no,
firing coaches
not
like
coaches that going to the Eastern Conference Final, folks.
shit. They ain't had no coaches go to the Eastern Conference
That,
Finals, so we don't even know. We
uh,
don't know what they would do because they haven't been going.
yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since they've been going to the Eastern Conference Finals or whatever. So, we talking 25 years ago. I think it's been since like 99. I think that's when they went to the finals last.
I can't. I don't know. Remember. It's been a
Yeah.
long time.
99. Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
crazy.
read about a little earlier that in that strike shortened season.
So if you a young up and coming coach, now let me take that back. If you're a veteran coach, you don't take the job because I'm sure a young up
No,
and
no, 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 no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if I'm a coach and I'm already in a situation, for instance, like Ime, I'm at Houston already.
right,
I've got a team with a lot of young talent because they're in the mix too to say, you know what, we can put some pieces together to try to go get Giannis,
right.
make it attractive. So, I think that Houston obviously is ran much better. Seems like it's a much more stable organization. But at the end of the day, I think that, you know, you'll get notoriety, you'll be seen by winning. And I think that he's, even though he hasn't quite won a championship yet, obviously we can see that he's budding to being a great coach. And I think in Houston, he got an opportunity to do something special. So,
The risk outweighs the reward in New York in a sense.
yeah, I mean, because then it's another
Um,
thing. It's not like New York's going to say, okay, well, we're going to give you $30 million to coach us. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably not much difference that they're going to give them in money because everybody can get paid,
right.
So I just don't see the attractiveness of leaving Houston
Okay.
to go to New York.
And then it also shows like speaking of the finals, going into the finals, like if you get the right guy and do it the right way, I mean you got two small market teams playing in the finals. You know what I'm saying? These
Mm,
ain't just huge market teams that's playing in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma and Indiana,
right.
those I would think of small market teams. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why a lot of people, it's funny that you say that. A lot of people are kind of um, down on the finals a little bit this year because it is OKC and it is Indiana. So we don't have that star power. We don't have that the LeBron, the Steph,
Mm,
the Giannis, the Joker. We don't have that kind of guy this year, quote unquote, in the finals. But I think, man, I'm looking forward to the finals, man. I think it's going to be a great finals. I think it's an opportunity for some fresh young players to really make a name for themselves. I'm looking for OKC to come out here and assert themselves, man, and really do something special. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I think this is a situation where you have a team in OKC who has proven all year that they're the best team. I think they deserve to be there. Then you have a team in Indiana who, at this point, they have earned their way to be there. But I think this
Mhm.
kind of, for me, I think it brings up a lopsided finals. I think this
Yeah,
may be OKC in five,
yeah,
maybe four.
yeah. Okay, wow, wow. I was thinking, I'm thinking five, and I think if Indiana plays, kind of on their highest level, I think they could make it six. But I'm looking at five as well. Uh, this OKC team, man, it looks like a special young group in the making to
Mhm.
me. Defensively, I actually like watching them play defense.
They
You
deep.
know, man,
Which so both
they
teams are deep. I just think OKC
yeah,
got better quality players as you go into
yeah.
the bench.
Yeah, I agree, and they got better quality players overall in their
Mhm.
starting lineup. I mean, you got the MVP, Jalen Williams. Man, listen, man, young that young buck coming on, man. Like he really coming on. He was an All Star this year, but he's looking, like he's growing into being a special player. Chet's young. I mean, they okay, well coached. You know what I'm saying? Like OKC got it all. They
Mm.
got it all. So I'm expecting they can play any type of game, which is the one thing that that's probably shocked me the most in these playoffs is like they have the ability to play any type of game.
Mm.
Some of the things that they mix and match and do. In the series, especially against Denver. I don't know if you remember in like that game seven, they had Caruso guarding the Joker along, what I'm saying, long stretches of the game, a 6'4", 6'5" guard. And it was just a unique, what I'm saying, way to guard them, and it was effective. So they've got a lot, man, and I agree with you. I think it's going to be a pretty dominant series from them.
Let me ask you this right here, and it's just a question to Kevin Williams point. New York City is a big market. We was talking about the
Say
markets.
shout out to the homie Kevin, man. Appreciate you checking in.
So, do you think this could be a run? Cause we talking about how young both of these teams are. Do you think this can be a run where small markets kind of have a few championships?
Potentially, it could be. And the reason I say that, I think that probably I don't know. I guess what we call Golden State, would that be a small market?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
LA,
San
no.
Antonio.
Yes.
Okay. So could they be that? I don't know, man. Time will tell, man. It's hard to say, but like I said, they got the young pieces. But this is the thing that's crazy too is as good as they are and as young as they are, it's a lot of teams I think that in the West that you know tweak or two. I mean, Denver still it was a game seven. They knocked Denver out in game seven, but I mean it was still a game seven. So it wasn't like they just rolled through everybody in 4 or 5 games on the way up here. So to me, what that says is that they're probably a small tweak away, from maybe getting over the hump and winning the game set. So my point is, Lakers, you got a young Houston team. You got some really good teams in the West. So I think it's going to be hard to have that type of run, but I think that they are set up to maybe make a good back-to-back run.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Look, I'm gonna shift gears just a little bit here, man. I don't know if you heard today, your boy Shador threw his first interception in minicamp today. His first interception. What I'm gonna say is this right here, man. I've been trying to tell people, man. Like I've been looking at the stats. They've been putting up the stats from the scrimmages. Shador obviously been balling out, but he did not get any snaps with the number ones on this particular scrimmage. but he did throw 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. But Dylan Gabriel, man, oh, highly accurate, folks. Highly accurate. I'm thinking
Mm.
Dylan Gabriel gonna make the squad. Shadur gonna make the squad, and Power Flacco and Kenny Pickett the odd man out. So what you think about Shadur in camp, man? That whole situation.
I didn't hear that as far as his first interception.
Yeah, he threw it. Threw it
But
yeah.
okay, okay. Well, I mean, and I'll say in the next few months he gonna throw a lot of them. It's
Mm-hmm.
not an indictment. What it is, it's a learning process and a learning curve. And so what you're hoping for is that these guys are in heavy competition, which is what it looks like in Cleveland. I was kind of wondering, it's like, yeah, man, they got like 1,000 quarterbacks, but that means you got a lot of guys that are, to me, are going out there to say, you know what, what I'm saying, I got an opportunity to grab this thing. I got to be at my best, and I like that with Cleveland now. And
Mm-hmm.
so I agree with you in what you said as far as the two young guys. I think both of them will be on the team. And then I think it's between Pickett and obviously Flacco, and one of those guys are going to be the odd man out. But I think that whoever that is probably going to be the day one starter, and
Mm.
then groom one of the other two, whoever is better between Gabriel and obviously Shador, on who's going to take over at some point during the season.
It's crazy, man. Like I said, I think Dylan Gabriel is gonna probably surprise some people, man. But it's just hard for me to believe that he would be able to beat Shador out. You know what I'm saying?
Is it the name? Is it
No,
or is
just I
it the
mean,
game?
no, I'm talking about the game because
Okay,
I like their game, but I don't think neither one of them have the strongest arms. I do like how
right,
fast Dylan Gabriel gets the ball out. I just think he's physically limited.
right.
But that doesn't necessarily have to do something with his play. But I'm just talking about on paper, he's physically limited. So that means it may have to be some things I can and can't do in my playbook. I think Shador allows me to do everything that I want at that same level in my playbook.
Okay, okay, okay.
But
That
we
makes
should.
sense, and that's why you got camp in this summer to go out there and to prove it. Because I agree with you. When you draft both of those quarterbacks, I think your intention is that we're going to keep both of them, and hopefully one of these guys becomes the guy, and they're going to
Mhm.
lead us, the next 5, 6, 7, whatever years, down the road. Hopefully one of them can emerge over the other one.
But look, can I'm tell you what, the way Cleveland Brown don't shit it up, they situation at quarterback, it about time they don't got a break and get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they just gave away
Yeah.
240 million to Deshaun Watson, now you got two potential starting quarterbacks on rookie contracts.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, but that's Cleveland. That's what they've
Yeah,
always been. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? They've been fumbling and mumbling it for 30, 40 years.
And
You
so let
know.
me say this though, the fact that you could potentially have two starters on rookie contracts,
Mhm.
does one of them become heavy trade bait? I mean, that could be the case. You got to start on a
Yeah,
rookie contract. That's good trade bait.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's a situation. Last time I think about a situation like this was with Kirk Cousins and Robert
RG
Griffin,
RG3, yeah, yeah.
RG3, back in the day. So where you had, obviously, RG3 was he was a number
Kirk,
2 overall pick.
mm,
Neither one of these guys are that, but I still think we're looking at kind of the same dynamic, as far as like we have two guys, two starting quarterbacks in the league. And
right.
so it just depends on, which one emerges. I think if it's close, you're gonna go with Shador. Simple factor is you got the wow factor. It's gonna make more money for you. His name is Shador Sanders
Sell
at
more
the
tickets.
end of the
Yeah.
day.
Business
So you're
makes
gonna
sense.
that's business. You know what I mean? But if it's a situation where this is Gabriel and this is Shador, you got to go with who's going to win games for us. So
Well, it is Cleveland, you know. Shit, they might still go. Who's gonna sell a ticket? They ain't trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Just real talk. But I get where you coming from. I get where you coming from.
yeah, no, you probably right, man. They just gonna muck it up like they always do. You know, that's just kind of who they been. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect for them to be anything but what they been.
Hmm.
So
So, look, man, let me throw this at you. So we talking football. I'm gonna throw a little college at you. Let me ask you this question off the top of your mind. You can take a few minutes or two to think about it. What coaches in the SEC you think are on the hot seat? That if they have a bad season for them, they gone. They can't afford to have a bad season.
shit, all of them.
And
No.
also, I can afford
Uh,
to have a bad season. Because I was thinking
uh,
about the over or under on the coaching staff movement this year. And I'm thinking like I see maybe
uh,
four coaches possibly being replaced with new coaches coming into next year.
like if they just have a really poor season,
Well, not just really poor, but just not up to the standards. And you know, it just we can't.
expectations.
Yeah, we can't take a year like
Okay. I'll say I guess probably I'm where I was last year. I think Billy Napier is probably still number one on that list.
number one.
Um, yeah.
Mm.
Reason being is that this year you're looking for Florida to like step up. Let's just say maybe they don't make the playoffs. They need to be a tier below that to say,
So that for they went 8-5 last year. Now a nine,
yeah.
10 win. They probably in the playoffs for sure.
So so I think if they're 9 games and above, I think that he keeps his job, and also there's also a perception and
Mm.
things about how things look as well.
I
You
think he good.
want your number one overall quarterback to be looking like that. You know what I'm saying? Going towards his junior year. You want him to be looking like, damn, this is a Heisman candidate type dude. Because he was
So
the number
staying
one
pat at
quarterback.
85, you don't think he okay staying pat at 8-5? You think he
No, I
fired?
don't think
So,
that's good enough. Yeah, I don't think
he
that's good
fired
enough.
at 8-5. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you why. Because the reason why is I think when you get these high caliber guys, right? They're there that 3 year window is quick. You know what I'm saying, before they're in and out. So we're about to go into that 2 year window with them now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you want to really start to see something because if you don't, it's like, damn, do we want to give this guy another opportunity, which would could be his last year here? Like, is he really gonna do something more with it besides stand pat again? So I
Well, I
think they
mean,
gotta they
this
gotta
will
be
be
a
Ladway's second year first year really
right.
as a true starter. I think he went
I'm
eight and
telling
five
you,
this year staying.
but yeah, but if you're a elite guy,
Okay.
you're probably gonna have that guy 3 years.
Right. So
Like,
me,
you know what
which
I'm
means
saying?
Napier, the one who recruited him and brought him in, will have another year with him. But I get what you're saying. I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't
so
know, man.
all right. So we
I
got
don't know,
Napier.
man.
Who you got after Napier?
After Napier,
I had Sam
let me
Pittman
think.
at one.
Yeah,
But to
let's.
your
I mean,
point, I see why.
since you threw him out there, let's get him out the way. Yeah, let's get. I defended Sam for as long as I could. You know, I was a supporter of Sam Pittman. You know, but yeah, Sam just not getting it done. There's no more to be said. Uh, it's tough to win at Arkansas, but at some point we got to cut bait.
And then I'm gonna tell you what make it even tougher, Cal. You got Bobby Petrino sitting in the goddamn front office every day. You know what I'm saying? He the OC. You got your possibly your heir parents sitting in the damn office every day in the same building.
So Petrino circles the backs around and takes over at Arkansas.
Hey, that's the last time they were good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was the last time he was good too. So
And to that point, he comes back. He's the OC with the quarterback you have. Now your offense takes off. You know what I'm saying? So it's all looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like Petrino back type of thing. So I just think that shadow could hurt. I think another 6-win season will probably get Pittman fired. But if he wins 7-8, I think he's good. 7 may save him. 8 for sure. If Pittman get 8
okay.
wins.
Well, he's getting fired then.
Damn. Cause wait. I think the little thing we had Arkansas at what
Uh,
4 and
maybe
a
like a
half,
four and
5
a
wins.
half.
5 wins,
Yeah,
yeah. So to that
yeah.
point, if he gets 7 games, he has overachieved in a sense.
Oh, for sure, for
Right.
sure. If he wins seven, he wins 8 games.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure,
8 games, he get an extension
for
probably.
sure, for sure, for sure.
So we got Billy Napier, and we got Sam Pittman.
Pittman.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you what, who else can't stand Pat? Like they can't win 6 or 7 games this year, maybe 6 games. And he the longest tenured coach, I think, in the SEC. Old Stoops at Kentucky. I think they got them at 4.5 games. So if he don't win, I think he on the hot seat. If he don't win 6 games, he might be out of there.
um, yeah. I think that'll be one of those situations where they'll both shake hands at the end of the
Yeah,
day and probably just say, you know what, let's just,
yeah.
you know,
It ain't working, folks. We
cut
don't
back.
have
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I think on Kentucky side, they understand, hey, we're Kentucky. You did good for us. Let's get somebody else to maybe try to give us a spark in another way, like you did some few years ago. But I mean, it's
many years
Kentucky.
ago. But okay, you have to look at it like this as a Kentucky program.
Hey,
So Bob Stoops was gaining a little momentum. He got you a 10-win season, and 2-3 years later got you another 10-win season. But now you got Texas and Oklahoma don't came into the fray, and now they
yeah,
are better than you are, and you're not
right,
getting any better. It's only getting tougher.
right. And let's not forget, Stoops did try to get out of there last year. You
Who it
remember
was?
the
Texas
whole
A&M.
debacle with
Well,
Texas
Texas A&M.
A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was obviously there was a mix up. Whatever the hell happened, he was trying to get out of there.
Right. And then
So it was like, once you do that, you already have one foot out the door, in my opinion. You know, once you already go out that window, even if it is for a much better job,
right.
once you do that, to me, you've already kind of stepped out of the program. So I agree with you on that. I think it'll be a situation. Probably they'll just maybe say, hey, he stepped away, or he leave, because I think they'll give him a little bit more dignity than just to say he's fired, just because it's Kentucky and they ain't had no success since Bear Bryant, shit, what, 70 years ago?
Right. Yeah, I mean, so yeah. But I think at this point, like, it's kind of like that Mark Rick effect. Like, bro, it's been cool, it's been great,
For
and he had,
sure. Yeah.
and he has not been nearly as successful. I'm just talking about in
No, no,
terms of
no,
been
no.
there, 12,
Different
14.
level programs, different
Yeah,
level
yeah,
programs. Yeah,
just,
expectations
yeah,
different.
and
Yeah.
just being there so
Kentucky's
long.
Kentucky's never gonna win no damn national championship.
Right. So,
So
so that's 3 coaches. Then I got another one. A lot of people may not want to hear about it, think it's true. I think Brent Venables is, I ain't saying his
oh
season out yet, but
yeah.
he
We
can't
might
take a
slide him up a little bit.
he can't take another 6-7 season.
Yeah.
He got to win 8 games, I think, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I hear people
I
talk
think
about,
he might need to get like 9. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a pretty big brand, pretty big tradition, what I'm saying, place. They just, I don't know if 8 wins is gonna be good enough. To be honest with you, this is fourth year. Yeah,
yeah,
well,
going into
this
his
is
fourth year,
going
going
into
into
his fourth year. I mean, yeah, I think
fourth or fifth, because he got two. He got 2 6 and 7. Yeah, 2 6 and 7s and a 10-2. Yeah.
right. And that 10-2, long time ago now. Long
Yeah, it
time
was
ago.
well, the year before last. You know what I'm saying?
It was the year before last.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. His
Okay.
first season, he went 6-7. Then that when the roster got decimated, he had to change whole roster. Second season, he went 10-2.
Ten
Then
and
this
two. They had Gabriel at quarterback that
at
year, I
10-2,
believe.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So first year in the
Okay.
SEC, they went 6-7.
Went 6 and 7.
And I think they
So this
predicted
was
6.5 this year. I just don't think you can have 3 6-win seasons in 4 years, bro. And you're talking about keeping your dog.
I'll say this: if they are 8-5, they need to look damn good in them 5 losses. You know what I mean? To me, things like you can't. I don't know if they play Bama and they beat Bama last year. It's a funny thing I'm saying this,
Right. They
but
did.
you can't go get smoked 45-0 to Bama. You know what I'm saying? Versus we lost, let's say 27-23. You know
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
want to
saying?
be competitive in whatever losses you have. I understand.
Right, right, right. I think that makes a difference to say, you know what, we're far off, or man, we're just trash. All we do is we beat the garbage teams, you know. So I think those types of things matter for
I think a lot of people. I don't know if we're gonna get into it, but I'm sure a lot of people have them top, probably. I'm gonna say for sure top 5 defensively in the SEC.
them. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Projection wise, you know what I'm saying. So that says a lot. That matter of fact,
yeah.
I think they're probably from a projection standpoint. Oklahoma is probably one of the teams that should have the biggest leaps forward as a team in
Right,
totality.
right,
And I think that's where
right.
his job is really gonna lie on. It's like, are we gonna have that jump from 6-7 to 9-3? Because with that schedule, Cal, 9-3 might get them in the playoffs.
That's possible. That's
You know what I'm
possible.
saying?
Yeah,
But if you don't hit that like
yeah.
9-win mark, like, did you really achieve what you should have with the roster that you have? You know what I'm saying? So that's
Right.
where he kind of falls into, to your point, that he might need to win 9, but I'm thinking 8 or 9. He probably is safe, but 8, to your point, is going to be about how you lose those other games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah. I just definitely think, you know what I'm saying, those types of things really, really matter. You always want to have a good win on your schedule. You always want to feel like your program is building momentum. You
Mm-hmm.
don't want to obviously feel stagnant or feel like you know what I'm saying, we're slipping each year. You want to feel like you're building momentum.
To
So,
Kentucky, to your point, Kentucky, their trajectory is going down, especially with
right,
Oklahoma and Texas.
way down, way
Right.
down. Yeah.
And that's
But
where
when you win at Kentucky, but that's the thing. When you win 10 games at Kentucky, that's generally going to be the best team that one of the best teams that you've ever had in your school's history. So it's hard to duplicate to say, damn, okay, we're gonna win 10 games again. And so for those types of schools and those types of
but you
coaches,
did it. You
you
did it
got to
two
stay
times
within
in
that
four
niche.
years. You did it two
What's
times.
that?
You did it 2 times in four
Two
years.
times in 4 years?
So what all I'm
Yeah.
saying is, I agree with you, but when you do it
Yeah.
2 times in 4 years, that changes the appetite.
Yeah. It changed his appetite too. He tried to get the hell on, but the other, the other chick didn't want him. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Ah, I got a little
Yeah,
better offer."
and it could have been leverage.
Yeah, well, you about to be leveraged out in a minute.
Right, right,
Because
right.
again, I don't see it with Kentucky this year. Maybe they
No,
got
no,
some
no,
some
no, no.
tricks
I
in the
think they're
bag.
going
I
back.
don't see it.
I think they're
Yeah,
going backward. They're going back for sure. I don't think they. I think they won 6 games last 6. I don't think they win 6 games this year. For sure. For sure. I don't. No.
right,
Okay. All right. So we got at least
right.
4 coaches. I think my over under was 4 or something like that. But there are definitely
Hmm.
4 coaches, at least 4. I can't really think of anyone else off the top of my head. But there are at least 4 coaches that could possibly uh be moving if things don't go right, for sure. At least 4.
Right. I could see those. I was trying to think around the landscape of some other ones. But um, yeah. But I'll say this. I don't think he'll be fired, but Taylor DeBoer, he better get in the playoffs this year.
So playoffs for Alabama, I think 9-3 gets Alabama in the playoffs this year with the way that they have done the seeding, no automatic bid, the seeding, no automatic
Mhm.
seeding. I'm sorry, 9-3 gets them in the playoff because I think they'll be a top 12 team.
Yeah.
So I think he can do 9-3 this year. But to your point, uh, you think okay? They went 9-3 last year, something like that. You think 8-4 he's fired?
No, no, no. I didn't say he's fired. But what
Okay,
I'm saying is on his third year, you're
mm,
on the hot seat.
right,
Like I don't think he's on the hot seat now.
right,
But what
right.
I'm saying is you go 2 years at Bama, the way that their culture is and all of that. And especially it's not like they're lacking for players. They still getting guys in. They're still getting big time talent.
I think they have the best roster in the SEC. Period.
So that's the point. You can't go another year and say, we didn't make it into the playoffs. They need to be in the playoffs this year. Just so I'm saying that because in his third year, then he will be on the hot seat because you're not going to go more than 3 years, not make the playoffs, and still be the coach at Bama. That ain't gonna happen.
And generally, the second year is the biggest jump in
Yeah,
coaches career. That first year to
yeah,
the second year.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And,
uh,
and I'll say this on the record. I think he's a damn good coach.
yeah, I do
So I
too.
think they will be in the playoffs. But if he's not, I just think going into year three, that seat is high.
And I got one more coach too, but I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said. I think the boy is a damn good coach too, Cal. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't know if he might be the right fit for Bama. But I think he's a damn good coach. I just he may not be the right fit for Bama. But that just made me think about the
Okay.
right fit. Another coach, if he don't have the right year, he's gone. Cause he got the best quarterback coming back in the league, obviously top 3-5 pick. If goddamn
Oh,
Kelly don't
Brian.
win
Oh,
10
good
games
one.
or make the playoffs, his ass
Good
is
one.
out of there too.
Good one. Good
Mark
one.
Stoops. I've been saying Bob Stoops. I meant Mark Stoops. My bad. Shout out to the Oklahoma fan. I know they ain't like that. Mark Stoops. But yeah,
Good
Kelly. Kelly.
one. Good one. Good one. Good one. Good one. Good one. Good one. Spot on with that. Spot on with that. Because you've already had a Heisman guy and you didn't do anything as far as like getting into the playoffs or team wise with them. You've got another potential Heisman guy this year. I totally agree with you. It's time for him to what I'm saying, shit or get off the pot as well.
Because he been kind of
So
like consolidated. I'm talking about stocks, but he been kind of like just, standing
yeah,
in his little 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
That ain't what we brought you here for.
Right. So this definitely like his last year. Like if he don't probably make the playoffs, he
I
gone.
agree. I agree. I agree. That's spot on. I think it's playoffs or bust.
And
If
I was
they
gonna
don't
say,
make the playoffs, I don't give a damn what happens. If they don't make the playoffs, I think he's out.
and he may be his seat may be the highest because he has the highest
Right.
accountability in terms of winning the most game this year.
Right. Right. It's LSU. I totally agree. I don't know how that one, what I'm saying, slipped through the cracks, but that's a damn good one. Brian Kelly, you
Yeah.
gotta do something this year. If you don't do something this year, you're up out of there. You know
So
what I'm
that's
saying?
so that's
You're up
five.
out
They
of there.
bring out total to five. So that's over. That's over
That's
for
what I
me.
said, man. Damn near everybody's seat hot, man. Like,
Nah,
let's
not
just say,
everybody.
no,
That's
I'm just saying, my point is this is how crazy fans are. If let's say if Georgia this year, let's say we didn't make the playoffs, there's gonna be somebody that says, "Oh, he lost it. Oh, we ain't won a national championship in 3 years. It's over." Curve because that's just the way that this shit works.
now
That's
you
how
do
fans
you do
react,
know
man. People are diabolical. They all over the place.
now you do know analysts are down on this year. They do expect us to take a step back this year.
Definitely. That's fine. And
But
I'm telling you that there's people that are gonna say, man, Jordan he done lost it. You know what I'm
so,
saying? He done lost his fastball. That's just how it goes. I heard that crap some years with even with Nick Saban. People forget, like I remember like one down year that they had, and the down year was like they went 9-3. Alabama. Matter of fact, Paul Feinbaum, as a matter of fact, he's the guy. I remember saying that. Oh, Nick Saban's lost it. Da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. I think Bama won two or three national championships after he first made those statements. So I just think that it's just like, you know, the fans and the media, we just say and we just do things and we just react so quickly, you know what I'm saying, to situations.
And shout out to Sooner in Texas. And if you still on here, Sooner in Texas, we just was talking about Oklahoma. Let me ask you this. See if you can stand on some business. We were just talking about Oklahoma. We think BV could be, he is one of our hot seat coaches. Does he have to win 9 games, 8 or 9 games? What you think, Sooner in Texas? We were just literally talking about Oklahoma. Then we moved on to Brian Kelly. Let me know what keeps him off the hot seat. 8 to 9 wins keeps him off the hot seat. You let me know, Sooner in Texas. All
Yeah,
right.
let me see what y'all standards are as a program right now.
Well, listen, Oklahoma, like he said they come and they bring an attitude. Like we said, this is fourth season. And I think I
Mhm.
said this 2 years ago to Jason on his show. I said in 2 years he would be gone. So this is his it coming out to be this really, in my opinion, is this make or break year. So, I think Oklahoma defensively, honestly, I think for sure they have a top 5 SEC defense. Offensively,
Okay.
it's just a lot of potential, a lot of things on paper. That's where we don't know. I just don't know. So that's what we got to
Right.
see.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see, because obviously Venable is a defensive genius, with some of the schemes and things that he's done, obviously at Clemson.
Mhm.
And obviously Oklahoma's been a really good defensive team since he's gotten there. But um, this would be a big test this year, obviously, to see where the offense is at. Um, are they up to par as far as being a consistent offense week in and week out is going to be the key to their season, I think, because I think, like you said, the defense they'll be a team that probably gives up somewhere in the range of, 16, 17, 18 points a game. So they're going to be in all the games. It's just
They
going to be where the offense is going to be.
so last year they were ranked 19th nationally.
Hmm.
They bringing back 60% of their return and production on defense.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I think that was 19th nationally and ninth in the conference. So I mean, they already bringing back already a great defensive
Think
line.
about that. You're ninth in your conference, but the 19th best in the whole country. That's crazy how strong and how much depth one conference has.
Yep.
Wow.
So I tell you what, I think they're gonna be all right, but we're gonna have to see it, man. We're gonna hold off on the little defenses. I'm gonna switch gears to the last little topic, man, and we'll probably slide out of here. See what your thoughts on this. I'm gonna throw this curveball here on you, man. So I was just going through my little feed, man, and this little incident came by my feed about this little
Mm,
17 year old kid, right?
mm.
And let me see if I can share my screen here, man. And just tell me quick thoughts on this right here, man. Can you see that?
Yeah. Do I need to read it? The comment
Uh
or
no, wait, I can blow it up if I need to, but
yeah,
not
you can
necessarily.
blow
You
it
ain't
up a
gotta
little bit.
you ain't gotta read the comment, but I blow it up for you.
No, I was just trying to see I guess
Is that any
what it
better?
was saying.
But yeah, and I'm gonna give you the context,
Uh,
but that's fine. You can read it.
no, you can go ahead and tell me. I'll just
No,
okay.
go
I
ahead.
see the
Can
pic. I can
you
see
read
the
it?
picture. Good. Okay. Well,
Sam, can you read it?
yeah. Let's see. Okay.
So basically, the kid throws a log off the cliff while the
Right.
girl taking picture, hit the girl and kill the girl, basically.
Right.
Right? So
Right.
I'm just saying, like, when you talk about, I'm just saying, just Just listen to this. That's all. Just listen. Let me know if you hear that.
We're gonna be arrested for right now. We're gonna be detained. We're gonna take you down to JVC. So the prosecutor and the judge already signed off. Yeah. But you gotta think about this. We have.
You know what that's doing to me? That's hitting me in the head with a log. You cannot do that.
Well, why would you say
Because
something
you
like
can't
that?
take him to jail. There's bad people there.
Well, there's not good people in jail.
Maybe it's the shock. Could you hear that?
Yeah, some of it I heard a little bit more toward the end.
So
I heard
so maybe it's the shock. You know what I'm saying? I understand your kid in there, but just the mother said basically she said, you know, when he said we're gonna take him to JBC, which is obviously a juvenile corrections
right,
facility,
right.
right?
There's bad people there.
The mother said you can't do that. You know what that's doing to me? That's like hitting me in the head with a log. You can't take him to jail. There are bad people there. Do you see the irony in that?
And he hit somebody in the head
With a
with a
log and
log.
killed them. Like what? I'm sorry, maybe Jimmy. When I saw this, I like, but I just don't. I don't know, man. Like I said, maybe it was the shock. I don't know. Your son just hit somebody in the head with a log and killed them, and then you gonna say you know to take him to jail. You know
It's
what that
like
is like
hitting me in
doing
the
to
head.
me? It's like hitting me in the head with a log because there are bad people there. What, man,
um,
bruh, bruh, come on, bruh. And we ain't talking
I
about
don't know what to say.
federal.
Like you said,
We ain't talking
it
about
could be
federal prison. We talking
right,
about the JVC.
right,
Bro, I'm just
right.
talking about the privilege and the. Come on, fam. He just killed somebody.
Y- Yeah, I would like to know what happened. I'm gonna be honest with you. Did they
Need a little bit
actually
more
take him?
context. I don't know.
Huh?
You saw what I saw.
No,
You
I
saying
want. I'm just wondering. I mean, you know how they get in there. You know, that white skin, the lawyers come in there. They may have took him home. I don't know. I'm wondering. But
listen? I'm almost sure they did. For like, you can't get around that one. For it killed them. So kill somebody, folks.
right, right,
I
right,
mean, like I say, we ain't talking about
right,
going to federal. We just take him to JVC. Ain't like we take him to jail or nothing. He's a juvenile, obviously.
right. But he
But I'm
still
just
killed somebody.
right. It's just like no one. The severity is like no one gets the severity, and that's where he kind of saying you got to think about this stuff. And she's like, you can't do that. That's like hitting me in the head with a log. Are you
No.
serious?
Some of the poorest choices of words I've heard, definitely.
Well,
Um, I don't know. That well, it said he was a 17-year-old kid, right?
right.
Okay, so it's not like he was 12.
Right.
So
Come on.
he's
17. Yeah.
almost, yeah, you're almost a man at that point,
Listen, this time next year he would have been going to the JIA at the JIL where he was talking about what she thinking about.
for sure, for sure. And depending on what happened, I don't know. I don't know if it said I don't was he just throwing them off, or we don't know what the facts are of the case of it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was
It
trying to. He
just
was aiming. You know how kids throw rocks off the.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. I, I
I,
don't. I don't know that context of it. He
shit.
was just chunking. She happened to be there at the wrong. You know what I'm saying? That part I don't know.
Right. And I'm asking because shit, man, I was driving. This was probably within the last month or so. And, but I was on the express, I'm going 60, 70, whatever it is on the expressway. And there was some goddamn kids up on top of the expressway and they was throwing rocks off the expressway.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I wanted to like turn around by it, by the time you do all of that and try to get back to run the kids over or whatever I was gonna do, they probably would have been gone.
And
But
listen to that to your point, Cal. They were probably a little kid, the one with 11, 12, 13.
right. But then if somebody goes out there and you kill somebody doing it, somebody got to pay.
Again,
So that's why I was just
and
wondering,
then
was
we
it
talking
more
about levels. This
intentional?
someone 17. You know what I'm saying I'm just
Right,
talking to the levels of this. You know what I'm saying?
right, 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 right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
But to your
So
point, yeah, not having the more content, that is a good point. Not knowing if he was just out there doing his thing, chunking laws, and she happened to just be out there. He was like,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, because that very well could be the case, or like you said, he could have been out there trying to like obviously not kill somebody, but fake, trying to hit people or whatever, and you tossing them,
Not at
that
17, folks. Nah, at 17, if you, I mean, laws. First of all, if he just think about, I don't know the height. Now I don't want to get into the physics of, but I'm thinking a log is something like this.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Something you throw in
yeah,
the fireplace, and it had to be
right,
from a height and enough weight and size to drop. Just you know what I'm saying? However,
right,
so I don't
right,
think yeah, at that point you know what you're doing, especially at 17. I think you know what
for
you're doing.
sure,
You ain't
for
just
sure.
you know what I'm saying? She was in your side of view, unless she was just like you was trying to. What I'm getting, I think it was intentional. It had to be intentional, or it just had to truly be a mistake. Like no one was around, no sign. But which is hard for me to understand
Right.
if she was taking with graduation pictures.
That's what it was. Wow,
Yeah, she was taking graduation
wow,
pictures. Yeah.
man. Rest in peace
So
to the young lady, or man.
yeah,
That's
while taking
that's awful.
graduation photo, listen, and then it was while taking graduation photos at a state park.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you know what you do. You at a state
Right,
park doing that?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Thrown, it said one tragically killed after being struck in the head by a log thrown off a cliff by a 17-year-old boy. You know what I mean? So
Man, sorry to hear that, man. It's a terrible story, man. You know what I'm saying? I know we're focusing on the stupidity of the mother, but the victim in the whole thing,
Oh
sad
yeah,
story.
sure. Yeah, taking
Yeah,
graduation pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So I don't. Again, we don't know the context, but she was obviously posing, doing. You know what I'm saying? It went. It
right.
had to be a situation where she was just. I keep doing this because I'm thinking like someone is out of sight. I can't see them. And I'm just dropping something. But for someone, yeah, it just yes, yeah, tough.
Yeah, lock him up. Lock him
Hey,
up.
that's got to be the start, folks. That's got to be the start. Oh, let's someone text talking about. So hold on. He said he's a little bit behind on the show. We about to get out of here. Let me see. With per schedule, 7 or 8 games keeps Venable off the hot seat. Yeah, I think 8 does. 7 might be tough because they do have a tough ass schedule. I just don't know if 7 is enough. It might be.
Man, I
Might to
told
keep,
you. I just
maybe to
that's the
keep them
sooner
there.
that's the sooner standards now. They done turned into Arkansas.
But the fans aren't going to love it. I am an 8-10 win guy. He's not okay. Maybe 7 will keep him from getting fired, but the seat will be hot.
That sounds like Sam Pittman.
Damn. Nah.
Come on, man. Come on, man. This Oklahoma, we talking about we win 7, man. We gonna be cool.
No, but
Man,
he said the fans are not gonna love it.
he said the fans, but per him, because we asking him. He's our Sooner connoisseur
Okay.
on the show.
Okay.
7 or 8 wins will keep him off the hot seat. So he would accept 7 wins in Oklahoma to say, Venables, come back another year and coach our football team. That
Or
sounds like
8.
Sam
7 or
Pittman.
8. Yeah, I got you. It's a I think 7, no fire, seat hot, 8.
Come on, man. I'm disappointed, man. Y'all turned it into Vandy. Y'all turned into Vanderbilt, man. Come on, man. Oklahoma. It's
Hey,
Oklahoma, man.
hey. I guess that man just
Come on,
answered the
man.
question.
We just whooped their ass a few years ago in the Sugar Bowl. Come on, man.
I guess that man just answering the question, man. That's all. He just answering the question. I guess. I don't know. So you don't think 7 keeps him safe, Cal? I think it got to be. Well, I think that's about right. I think 7 gives him another year.
To me the one game makes a huge difference. 7 games to me is just not enough of a push to
Okay.
say let me roll back. Because after 4 seasons, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that's enough of a push to say in year 4 we had 7 wins. I don't think that's good enough considering we all consider Oklahoma has clearly they at the very least a top 20 defense. So
Yeah.
I don't think 7 wins is good enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe top 15. Yeah, top 20. That's fair to say. And that nationally, top 20. I'm gonna say probably
Yeah,
top 15. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably top 15. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
at the worst, looking right now, they got top 20 defense coming into the season. Um, 7 game. That sounds weak to me. But that's just me.
I'm with you. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. Just to the question though, I like I said, I think he needs to win 8. Anything under 8 is favorable to me. So yeah. But yeah, anything else you want to chop it up real quick about, man? We ended up hitting an hour. I didn't think we was gonna hit an hour, man, but I guess we talked enough shit to reach an hour.
Oh man, it was fun again. Like always, brother. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Let the people get up out of here and you know what I'm saying, hopefully continue to listen, hopefully continue to grow the damn show. You know what I'm saying? Listen to our damn opinions, have your opinion, have a good time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get back in the swing of things, man. Try to be a little bit more consistent, man. You know, just trying to get back out here a little bit, man. Like I said, this is my therapy. I enjoy it on Wednesday nights, man. I enjoy just kicking the shit. Talking about other things in sports too is something I prefer to do as well. So I know I have a lot of fans that are sports people, but I generally like to talk about other things in sports because I'm on other sports shows all the time.
Let me say this too, man. I know, and I'm gonna wrap it up. We gotta get into it. I don't know. I know we say we're gonna talk about some movies and stuff sometime. Have you seen The Brutalist?
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay,
What is
all
that
right.
about?
Yeah. Man, it's complex. So
Okay.
first off, it's a
I
really
mean, like,
long
I'm
movie.
just a genres,
Yeah,
horror,
yeah, yeah,
thriller.
yeah. No, no, no. Oh, it's a I guess kind of like historical timepiece. It goes back. It starts actually with a guy coming from out of World War II, from I think he was Hungary over to America, and he starts out working these middling jobs, but then he gets discovered that he was actually this really bright architect back in his country. Um, so I'll say this: have really good Adrian Brody's in it.
Okay, I like Adrian Brody.
Obviously, really, man, he always acts his
I think he
ass off.
underrated, man.
Oh yeah, acts his ass off. It's a long movie, about 3.5 hours. It's one of those types of
Ooh.
movies. Yeah, I know. It took me like a couple times to kind of finish it because it's kind of slow, but um, the end of it, man, the end of it's crazy, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on the movie. You know what I'm saying? I know at some point, man, maybe you go check it out. But I think it was up for like movie of the year last year or something like that.
Okay, so it's
But
fairly new then. Okay, the
yeah, yeah,
Brutalist.
The Brutalist. Yeah,
Okay,
it's on actually it's on HBO. It's on Max.
okay,
Yeah, so if you
okay.
got that,
Ooh,
yeah, it's on
3 hours,
there.
but that's goddamn Ben
Yeah, I
Hur
know
movie.
it's heavy, folks. It's heavy. Like I said, it took me like a couple times to finish it up, but it's a really good
Okay,
movie.
okay.
Uh,
I like
um,
Adrian Brody though. I may give it a shot. If nothing else, I may do a highlight of it. You know what I'm saying? And give you my thoughts on what I think about it. Maybe we can, like I'm up for movie reviews as well. I love movies, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a big
yeah,
critic, you know
for
what I'm saying? I
sure.
have an opinion about everything. That's why my show is called this. But
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure, for sure, for
So
sure.
anything, you want to tell the people they can catch you at, anything you got going on before we slide out of here?
Nah, man. Catch me in the streets, man. Catch me on Just My Damn Opinion, man. Wednesday at 9. That's where you catch me.
That's what's up. And yeah, Sooner in Texas, yeah, man, that's kind of what we were saying, man. We just felt like I said, I don't know if it was the pressure the moment. The mom was nervous. I don't know, but for her to say, yeah, the log analogy was just definitely not right. And I think that was a prime example of no one, not even the kid at that particular moment, sense the severity of the situation. And that's kind of basically what I was getting at with that whole little short clip. I just don't think no one other than the police knew the severity of the situation. And that's what I meant about the privilege. Because soon as generally someone of different backgrounds get in the police room is already serious. You know what I'm saying? It's already serious. You know what I'm saying? And those particular charges just was on a whole nother level. And I'm just like, why no one is grasping like what he has done? Like even he wasn't. He was just there, like you know what I'm saying. He was just like he was just there chilling, cool, like. Hey, I guess we'll leave when they finish talking to my parents. It was almost like a PTA meeting or
Like
something.
yeah,
Not a PTA, but like he did something at school and he was talking to the principal and they finna let him go, home with a suspension or something, But yeah, anyway. So yeah, man, catch us, man. Hopefully next week, 9:00, man. Wednesdays, every Wednesday. Hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button, man. I got a very small channel, but we trying to grow it, man. Hit that bell notification, get notified, man. Opinions are like assholes, but everybody got one, and your boy got one too. Me and Cool Cal, we're up out of here to the next time, man. See y'all on the next one, bro.